Hey guys, what's up? It's JJ Ricochet back with another alternate features of the world video. So today we will be looking at Africa, as we have barely seen any action in Africa, just Egypt being at war with Arabia, and of course Morocco being in a war with wait, one second. Yeah, Morocco being in a war with Australia. Just had to make sure I was right. We also, in the last video, saw the interpretation, including of alliances. We have the Star Military Alliance, which is between the U.S., Brazil, and Australia. Then we have the Circle Military Alliance, which is between the Arabian Peninsula, India's puppets, and China. Then we have the Green Circle Group, the Green Economic Alliance. And that includes Australia, Saudi Arabia, China, and Russia and its puppets. I did not mark Australia's puppets in the alliance because they're basically the same thing. They just didn't want to have so much land. Now, as I said, we will be looking at the Arabian Peninsula today. And we will be looking at also in last episode, we saw the split of Iran. Iran split into Northern Iran, Western Iran, and Eastern Iran, which all have trade going through each other. And then Southern Iran was given to the Raj. So in this first war, we will be looking at Sudan versus South Sudan. Again, 2.0. Congratulations. And yeah. So Sudan will start pushing into South Sudan. Oh my god, I hate this stupid thing. Sudan will start pushing into South Sudan along the western border that they share, trying to get a little bit of area to set up military camps and move their troops to, while Sudan, on the other hand, South Sudan, on the other hand, will go through and start pushing into the southeastern portion of their border with Sudan. And they will make decent progress there, also setting up military bases, encircling some provinces, I think, I don't know, and capturing them to try to make military setups. We also have militia groups being just done with it, and their government kind of just was like, alright, go attack them if you want, and a lot of them actually decide to, so they can just get this war over with. And yeah. So yeah. Sudan is making a lot more progress than South Sudan, as they have been, they were more ready for this war, as South Sudan was kind of prepared, as they really hate each other, so they always have troops positioned on their border. But Sudan was like ready, like full military strength, ready to push in. And yeah, they've been preparing really well. South Sudan troops will start to hold them off. Even some of them pushing back a little bit in these front lines, trying to push back to the Sudanese border. But those attempts eventually fail as they reach a stalemate in that part. As Sudan starts to push around the border, a risky move, as we can see as South Sudan tries to cut them off, which causes Sudan to evacuate their troops and South Sudan take it over. And they both are like, this war is going basically nowhere, but they still decide to go at it. Sudan tries to encircle and capture the South Sudan's troops, but they leave a little bit open on accident, causing South Sudan to be able to flee their troops from this area to get them out. Also pushing, pushing into more of Sudan, trying to get up their border, and just overall making the front bigger to try to get this over. After around a year's worth of fighting, they just eventually reach a stalemate, and both agree to peace. All right, so this is the new border between Sudan and South Sudan. As you can see, South Sudan got a lot of land up here in eastern Sudan. Their border used to be around something like that, and now it's all the way up. Maybe it was something like that. But yeah, they still got a lot of land, and the South Sudan border used to be like that. Something like that. So yeah, both sides got a lot of territory from one another. It was basically a mutual losses, mutual losses. They both lost around the same number of troops and such. They both really didn't gain anything from this war. They just hate each other, so they went to war anyways. So yeah, that'll be it for that war. So the next war, we have to finally put an end to this thing. Niger versus Nigeria. Since it's very weird that we have two countries that sound very similar. Because I keep having people who don't know the difference between these two. They think Niger is just part of Nigeria, and it's annoying. So, I will be putting an end to this. Nigeria will push into southern Niger, pushing and trying to cut them off from the Ivory Coast. No, not even close. This country. Can't even be bothered right now. But they will do that successfully, trying to push up and make their front lines a little larger, as they don't really want to lose their troops by Niger cutting them off. Forget about the tolerance thing. And they will also make a little bit of progress over in the east, almost said the west. Trying to do the same over here, trying to cut them off from Chad. Moving along as Niger will start to push into Nigeria from the center, trying to make like a little like bull spearhead kind of thing towards the center, and as soon as they get that, they'll try to cut left to try to cut off troops, but militias start to form, and they start to get pushed back by those militias, and then they will also remove some of the troops from Niger to try to help this war effort to go back. They eventually do succeed in getting a lot of their military back, so they are able to push Niger back. Something like that amount. And still be pushing kind of along the side. I don't know where Niger's capital is, but I do know that they're not as strong as Nigeria. They do not have as good of an economy. But yeah, Nigeria will continue to push along, taking back the fronts that they had lost and making them bigger. As Nigeria is now in inscription, they've used all their reserves, and Nigeria has just gotten into their reserves. So they will continue to push up as Nigeria basically starts to fully meet up in one front line and starts to push along. Eventually, Niger basically collapses, and the government's like, "Hey, peace treaty. We don't want this anymore. Step." And they surrender. And yeah, we can see that it's full. I don't even need to cut this out because it's just full annexation. Because again, as I said, I don't want there to be multiple Nigerias and Nigers because I don't like people getting them wrong. And they will actually decide to form an empire, as they will then declare war on Mali. And they will also be getting Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, and Morocco in on this war, as these guys will get Ivory Coast, Chad, Western Sahara. Trying my hardest not to look this up right now. I think it starts with like Maru. I'm thinking marijuana. But I know that that's not it. Yeah, whatever this thing is. And yeah. So, this is our current war that we have going on. We see that Western Sahara, along with the help of all its allies, starts to push into Morocco and Algeria. Algeria is a fairly strong country, but this is... Why does that keep happening? This is just desert, straight desert. So they will easily push into Algeria and somewhat more difficulty push into Morocco, but eventually they reach the non-desert parts of Algeria, and yeah, they start to like slow down a lot more as they start pushing small increments, doing a spearhead into Libya, trying to get to the coast and cut the eastern part off of the western part. But as they do this, they will try to cut off the whole thing, which they do not do successfully, as they cut off the coast and push more troops, reinforcing this little thing, going up. And yeah, but as this is happening, the United Niger... Oh, I need to change that back. Sorry. The United Niger and Libya will both push into Chad and take its southern parts and start to try to surround it, but they do not do that successfully, as they're slowed down by the support of its allies, and also they might be getting some help from Sudan and South Sudan is supporting the blue team. Sudan is supporting the red team. Ethiopia is supporting the red team. Somalia is supporting the blue team. The DRC is supporting the blue team. The Republic of Congo is supporting the red team. And yeah, it's basically just it's a lot. But they do eventually push far into Chad to where they take their capital. I think their capital's somewhere like around there or something. Maybe there, maybe there, maybe there, maybe there. Yeah, I have no clue. So yeah, they will eventually push into it, and Chad will capitulate as they start pushing into Mali. Every time I say Mali, I think Maui from Moana. Is that just me? Because it kind of feels like it's just me. But it's like I always think of it. But yeah, this is as far as Niger is gonna get before they start pushing their troops to try to cut off the red team from their little spearhead. With the help of Libya and Algeria, of course, and also Morocco. They will eventually cut off the spearhead, leaving the troops stranded as Morocco, Albania, and Libya all make and Tunisia all make a combined effort to encircle the troops, making some of the things like separated. This part down here falls. This part is the next one to fall, but this part has the most of the military, so it like stays up for a little while, and actually does not surrender, surprisingly. But yeah, Niger and Algeria will make a combined effort to push back the red team to their borders. And Morocco is kind of just being a deadweight right now. They're being completely overrun. But eventually, Spain will also join this war, which will lead to Portugal joining the blue team, France joining the blue team. Oh, shoot. Forgot that Germany took France over. But yeah, that will happen. Italy will also join the blue team because France cannot. Egypt will join the blue team, and yeah. With this all combined effort, I had to make sure. With this combined effort, they fully delete these things, fully murder all the pushing troops, and Morocco leaving just basically empty space as their entire front line was up further. Morocco gets all the way down and starts pushing into Western Sahara, and also this country, right here. They will eventually try to bolster their lines by trying to meet up with the Nigerian troops over on the other side, and eventually fully cutting them off and starting to they really start to just crumble as they have lost all physical contact with their own countries, and eventually this little group just surrenders and become prisoners as they just kind of start sweeping Western Sahara, surrenders, uh, Ivory Coast secedes out of the war. As I said, Ivory Coast secedes out of the war. And Mali decides to just sign a peace treaty. And also up here, Portugal and Spain have been kind of duking it out. Portugal's pushed into the top of Spain. Spanish rebel groups have started to break out. These islands get invaded by Algeria, all this, as Spain invades southern Portugal, taking their capital. But morale is not lost, as the Spanish are really not doing anything to stop them up here, as they meet up with the rebel group, and Spain eventually goes along and captures all but northern Portugal, as Morocco invades the south, and Portugal eventually did start pushing back, but then the announcement of the peace treaty being signed happened, and the war stopped. So I will get back to you in a second with the peace treaty. Alright, so this is the peace treaty. As you can see, we have the Nigerian Empire with their little puppet states. We have the Algerian Empire with its puppet state, the Moroccan Empire with its puppet state. Spain lost a lot of land, but they now have an exclave in Portugal. Portugal gained some land. Italy now has formed an empire as well, kind of. They've laid claim to this. Germany just let them have it, as they didn't really want it. It's just a little bit too sandwiched in between Italy, so they let Italy buy it, which they did. They got these Spanish islands. They got this coast of Spain. And also Libya got this land from Chad. This is what's left of Mali. And all the other countries are just kind of gone. Tunisia got screwed over, didn't gain anything. Egypt got screwed over, didn't gain anything. Yeah, just kind of sucked for them. But yeah, sucks to suck. But yeah, so next off, we are going to be looking at South Africa. Alright, wrong layer. No, press that layer. There we go. South Africa, which they are going to attack the two countries that are like directly inside of them. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory what happened to those guys. I was slouching down that whole time. Now I'm sitting up. Yeah, but next they're going to go after this country, and this country all at once. Alright, so South Africa will start its invasion of all of these countries combined, pushing in one big front. Well, they only really declared war on this one, but these two joined in, like, hey, stop attacking our friend. Not specifically allied, I don't think, but he's still our friend. So South Africa will go ahead and fight all of them. And they're doing really well, as they are one of the strongest countries in Africa, if not the strongest, before all of these empires formed up here. Now the Nigerian Empire is clearly the strongest empire in Africa. Not including Saudi Arabia, because it's mainly Middle Eastern. Alright, why do we call it Middle East? Like the Middle East? Is it because it's the Middle East of the world? Or is it because, like, it's middle of, like, between Europe, Africa, and Asia? And in the Eastern Hemisphere? I don't really know. Leave your opinion in the comments. Why do you think it's called the Middle East? But, yeah. South Africa will push up against all of these guys. So about my breathing, it's kind of, you're right next to my nose, so. Right next to my nose, and this is a really good microphone, so it picks up like everything. But yeah, this is the current front that South Africa has. Sorry for that. I had to do something real quick. So yeah, back to what I was saying. South Africa will eventually cut off whatever this nation is. Forgot what they were called. From this blue country, eventually meeting at the crossroads of these three, and just slowly branching out. Eventually going in little like increments to try to capture major cities and stuff. I don't know where they are, but yeah, eventually this country will fall, as well as this little strait here. This country will also eventually be surrounded, cut off from trade, and basically starved. And this country just surrenders. And South Africa will next go after this country right here, because they don't like this country right now. And they will send an ultimatum in which they will not accept. Keep pressing T on accident. I don't want to use text box. But yeah, South Africa will push into this little country right here. I think this is Zimbabwe, but this might be. I don't actually remember which one's which right now. I had one day this week where I remembered all the Z names of all the Z countries in Africa, but I quickly replaced that information with other countries and completely forgot about Africa, because I had not done an African video in quite a while, which really sucked, because it was not fun trying to name all these countries today with no information on what they were, other than pure memory. It is kinda hard to just purely remember every single name of each and every one of these countries. So yes. But if you could see, South Africa has been making slow gains into this country, eventually cutting them off from C axis and Y again, and completely taking them over. They will fully annex them, which is no surprise. It is South Africa. It's not like one of those European countries, colonizers, all that. It's free country. They will next declare war on this country, strictly because they don't like it. They do not like this country. And yeah, it will go something like this. AKA, I didn't need to show you different colors because it ended almost 5 seconds after it started. I wondered if we've already taken Zambia. Maybe that was this. I think this is Zimbabwe. Maybe this was Zambia or one of these three countries. But I do not know. I do not know. But South Africa is fine now. They shall stop invading other countries as they have been warned by both the United States and Australia, if and also Brazil, because alliance. If they continue to expand, they will have to get involved with the Star Squad, and they will be cut off from any economic exchange other than by their neighbors, which they are currently invading. If they choose to invade, they will be currently invading their neighbors, so I don't think they would be so inclined to trade with South Africa. But yes, that shall end off today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really shows the support of all my fans, and really, if you wish to support, leave a comment on what video you think I should do next, or respond to my poll. I've posted a poll on my posts on YouTube, asking all of you what video I should do next. So respond to that or leave your ideas in the comments, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye, comrade.
Yeah,